Greenwald, who I'm friends with for years. He went to Seton Hall Law School. And I used to live in the Blair.
We could get everyone to take your seats, please. We're going to get the meeting started.
They're cheering me. What is this?
I actually get to use this. Please take your seats. Thank you. We're going to get the meeting started.
Keep smiling. But a whole 4 years, we barely used it twice. And one was now.
Right. Everyone, if you could please take your seats. We're going to get the meeting started. We are now live. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to get started, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. Those of you in TV land, there's no reason to adjust your screen. I'm Bill Hurlock, not Sean Spiller. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. Madam Clerk, I'll read the announcement.
Yes.
I was just asking, you don't have to get mad at me. This is a reorganization meeting of the Council of the Township of Montclair and is being broadcast live on Channel 34 and is streaming live on the Montclair TV 34 YouTube channel. It is available on demand and can and will be rebroadcast. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. This meeting was included in the revised annual notice of the meeting schedule as set forth in Resolution R24-118, adopted by the Township Council at the regular meeting of April 24th, 2024. Advertised in the official newspaper on May 9th, 2024, posted on the bulletin boards outside of the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted. In addition, a copy of the revised annual notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilor Cummings?
Present.
Deputy Mayor Hurlock?
Present.
Councilor Price Abrams?
Present.
Councilor Russo?
For the last time, present.
Councilor Schlager?
Here.
Councilor Terry?
Here.
Mayor Spiller? Absent.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I will now go around the horn and entertain speeches, comments, however you want to categorize it, from my council colleagues. I'll start, Mr. Cummings.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Mayor. And to all here, I am ecstatic to be in a position to speak to you all today as a former councilor of the 4th Ward, and want to say I could not be happier to pass this on to Ms. Aminah Toler. As a child of Montclair, when I look on those walls, I basically know every one of the members of the 4th Ward councilors in the past, as someone who's inspired me to fall into the role that I fell into. There's nothing like walking across the bridge at a Montclair High School graduation. It's nothing like running on the field at Woodman Field for a basketball or football game, or playing on the courts at Montclair High School for basketball. I had the opportunity to do all of these things, and without those individuals named Bobby Riley, Audrey Fletcher, Bob Jackson, Brian Scantlebury, Charles Smith, Renee Baskerville. I would be remiss not to also mention James Ramsey. And those of you who, we talk about Montclair and things, I represented the 4th Ward. I was originally from the ward. And those who know what I'm talking about, that's where it came from. It came from being known that you give back to those, you do things for those who are not the fortunate, but need the support and the help. When I stood at that podium, when I took this oath, I said, my role, you're not going to agree with everything I do. You might not be happy with everything I do, because my focus is going to be something that my father, who also is from Montclair, was born here in 1934, told me as a child. He's only going to give me what I need, not everything I want. And counselors, as you take this role, understand there are 40,000 residents in this town. None of them, or majority of them, do not come up here every Tuesday and complain or call you out. And the reason is because they're happy. So when you function and think about the ideas that you have to forward and the legislation that you pass, think about everyone. Try your best to think about not what you want, but what's best for the township. It's a wonderful township. It's a place that I'm lucky to, like I said, call home. My service in this township has come to an end for now. Being on the Board of Education was the best step that I could take to prepare me for this role. And in this role, I did my best. I may not be happy with all the results, but I do know that my efforts were not in vain. And I have to especially say, Dr. Baskerville, thank you for the request to run with you. Thank you for your support for many years. And that support now needs to go back to you, not just from me, but from everybody in this township. As I look, and that's not to say not for all the counselors, but Renee is special. Renee has dedicated her life to this town. And I know when she takes that middle seat, her decisions and the things that she does will be for what's best for Montclair. I want to thank my fellow council persons for what I will say is dealing with me and understanding that it was never personal with me. It was always professional. And I think as you guys move forward, the next council, please do what you can for every child in this township, for every resident, senior, for every person who works for the township in administration roles, for what they need, because those are the ones who make it work. All we do up here is read, vote, and make a decision, but the impact is felt by the people out here. As I look out here right now and see all the government officials, former government officials, that is a testament to what I believe is the lady who will be in that middle seat, because they all know her, because they all know she's been there, and she's worked hard for it. And that's something to really take serious. She's worked hard for it. She didn't come out of nowhere. She came from Montclair. And so I congratulate you, and I congratulate the entire council for what is about to become your Tuesdays to enjoy, and know that this isn't a 9-to-5 job. It's a 24-hour job, because you never know when an email is going to come to say, hey, this happened. You never know when you're going to have to be somewhere. So I respect you all. I give you all anything that you need in terms that I could provide. But of all things, I wish you health, happiness, and prosperity. And I wish the Township of Montclair all it deserves from your leadership. So thank you, and thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Cummings. I appreciate that. Councilor Price Abrams, would you like to speak?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I won't have this seat for very much longer, and I'm going to take the prerogative to say all the words that I managed to type onto this page. But first, I really want to acknowledge, as was just recognizing some of the people who are sitting in this room and standing in this room with us today. And we have Senator Brittany Timberlake, we have Assemblywoman Alex and Calazos Gill, and we have our Assemblyman Tom Giblin. And thank you all with other dignitaries who are here with us, and our own people, because you're our dignitaries in that way. So a lot of reflection here. When you feel frustrated by our town, remember to go out and come back. Because what we have here is extraordinary. We're built on values of diversity and the arts, creativity, and excellence. We have a thriving downtown, which is a draw for visitors, while the retail and food offerings run the range of every taste and budget. We have amazing residents who cover every industry, who all contribute to the magic of Montclair. And it has been my honor to serve as a township councilor for these past 4 years. I have a strong feeling of things being left unfinished, and that's simply because they are. The end of the term is not the end of the work. As I noted briefly at the June meeting, there is never enough time, and some projects are simply unfinished when it's time to transition. The job is inherently one in which you step into the middle of a running stream, and in the same way you step out. In that way, even some legislation that we're close to finalizing remains incomplete, and that's due to the important functions of hearing from experts on the staff and the public, and bringing the governing body to consensus. So we leave to the next group some important work to review, refine, and pass, and those include a 5G ordinance and various other initiatives that we chewed on but did not finalize. In reflecting back on this opportunity, through my role, I met amazing people who run things in this town. First, the environmental advocates come to mind. I start with Quiet Montclair, who were the first to raise with me the issue of gas-powered leaf blowers during the campaign 4 years ago, as well as the group of advocates who became the active voice of conscience at council meetings, which collectively helped this council find a path forward to a healthier town in banning gas-powered leaf blower equipment. And among the others, the Northeast Earth Coalition, the Sierra Club, the Montclair Climate Action, and all those who anchor the town's talented, capable environmental commission, and I see Suzanne back there, and bring rigor to meaningful projects to anchor the town's commitments to help us fulfill on them. The arts, including Jazz House Kids and the Jazz Fest, the Vanguard Theater, Montclair Film, Studio Montclair, and those who make events like Serendipity Cafe and Make Music Day, which was just held again on the solstice, and other amazing organizations like MFEE supporting our schools, Montclair Pre-K, Montclair Art Museum, AAPI, and the amazing way you've burst onto the scene and become part of the cultural fabric of this town with the annual Lantern Festival and the Lunar New Year celebration in such short time. And Out Montclair, which wowed us just a few weeks ago with the 3rd annual Montclair Pride Fest and the re-raising of the Pride flag, because we were called together for a second time to raise the flag in the face of bigotry and intolerance. And we will do so whenever we're called upon. To the business sector, represented particularly for me by my participation on the board of the Montclair Center bid, where I had the opportunity to serve as a council liaison. The bid is designed to create optimal conditions for the businesses to dazzle and delight residents and visitors, often partnering with the arts for curated offerings that make this town sparkle with interest and fun, and always new discoveries, like the mural project, as well as keep the district very much the anchor of the 3rd Ward in sparkling condition. This is very much part of the secret sauce of why Montclair thrives. I've loved the ribbon cuttings to celebrate with new businesses making a fresh mark in town and cheering them on. And Jason Gleason, I just want to give you a shout out wherever I saw you before. You've got a great knack for the role, and you've often helped me to appreciate how all the moving parts can work well to complement one another to make the downtown thrive. And I do wish your board all the best in seeking a successor for you, and I of course wish you well and good things on your next venture. The houses of worship in and around Montclair, and I saw some of our clergy in spots around the room here, show up so many ways to help build community, engender understanding, and lift us all for their commitment to ensuring everyone has dignity in getting needs met and our spirits lifted. I've enjoyed time with the spiritual leaders and all the spiritual people who shape our community. And a special shout out to some of the groups that are sprung from, such as Tony's Kitchen and MESH, the Montclair Community Housing Corp, not sure they're part of that, but in the same mix in my mind, but making us more than just a community, but a just community. In reflecting on some of the things that I helped to shape, I'm proud of the ADU ordinance. It's a policy that addresses all of the primary reasons I ran to serve in the first place: diversity, affordability, and environmental stewardship. It's just starting to really bubble up with interest, and I can't wait to see some of these things built. And I again acknowledge the senator because she's really pushing forward legislation at the state level, and I hope we get there. The leaf blower ordinance I already referenced. The town has felt a sense of quiet without that screaming machine and the brutal emissions from the gas-powered machines. And I'm proud of this council bringing people along to get to a consensus on it. Lackawanna Plaza, we advanced a good plan. It is leadership to take a proposal, ask questions, direct change, consider other points of view, take some of those that make sense. You follow your values, and I believe the plan does that, and I look forward to seeing what next steps will get us to this promise of an outcome and really a turnaround in that part of our town. The Vision Zero Task Force. I'm happy to have helped this body get launched and to liaise with them. I do credit our former council colleague, Peter Iacobellis, especially for this one being launched. It's another body of people who are making lives better and safer every day. A special shout out to Laura Torchio, our consultant, who's moving the coalition forward, and Deb Kagan of New Jersey Bike Walk Coalition, who among others bring great experience and expertise. And we all cannot wait for the converted rail trail that will be the Essex Hudson Greenway to be built. So again, state funding on that. I think we have some, right? I'm also very proud to have supported the township's rent control ordinance, a game-changing policy that was due in Montclair and consistent with our values. And I've loved talking policy with the Housing Commission, as well as being a liaison to the Civil Rights Commission, the Environmental Commission, and working with the senior community through many different entities, well as with the Montclair Community Pre-K. I've been privileged to support the Montclair History Center, Montclair Gateway to Aging in Place, and Luna Stage's Underground History Project, with official letters of endorsement to support funding opportunities that really have garnered additional support for our town. Our nonprofits, again, are part of our lifeblood. I am grateful of the opportunity I have had to use my platform to acknowledge people, the contributions of our residents, and recognizing advocates who brought us important education, awareness, and observances, and including people I've helped to honor sitting on the dais, has also been among the very special privileges of my tenure. I have taken special opportunity to draft proclamations to honor some individuals and moments, some of which I hope will remain a tradition. One of those, from May 2022, I developed and presented the celebration of Jewish American heritage for the first time. In November of 2022, we celebrated Trina Paulus's the 50th anniversary of her book, Hope for the Flowers, with a proclamation. In February of 2023, I took the Stand Up for the Other pledge that we had proclaimed as a community in Trenton and in other venues, and brought Dr. Ali Chowdhury, a Muslim leader who's a friend, who created that, and we put it into a proclamation, and we took that pledge here and we brought it to other venues as well, and we would be well to remember that we stand up for the other when we're called upon. In May of 2023, I celebrated with others Shirley Colbert as she celebrated her 100th birthday. And just a few weeks ago in June, we honored athlete Jesse Grouper, who's going to be representing Team USA at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And we recognized him with his parents to receive something. So acknowledgements are important. One of the things I wish I'd gotten to, and I've been working with the MPD and discussing the current approach of how community policing unit works with the unhoused members of our community, and particularly those with mental health issues. And the MPD has a cooperation with the Mental Health Association in that. And I want to thank Chief Conforti and his commitment and his teams for that conversation. It's been delayed. Maybe we'll still have it. Maybe others will pick it up. But I've wondered about when the Attorney General's Arrive Together program, and maybe that's a fit for this community too. And it's just been given more funding in the state budget, and it talks about how to bring police and mental health professionals together to respond to crises, and they're going to expand that to other communities. So again, I want to thank the MPD, Chief Conforti, Deputy Young, Lieutenant Williams for being great partners on that journey, for what you do to make our town both safe and supported. I want to use this moment also to thank the Montclair Fire Department and our Deputy Chief Duncan. I extend my appreciation to all of the township professionals who have taught me so much and helped me understand the complexity that goes on behind the scenes for residents. I've been changed by this experience with a deeper understanding of the breadth of activity that township professionals undertake every day on behalf of Montclair residents. They do their jobs with dedication, expertise, and a commitment for good service. Those with whom I've worked closely include Amy Monaco of the Health Department, Lisa Johnson heading up Sustainability. Janice Talley has given me a tremendous education about the interplay of planning and economic development. Michelle Camarada for being part of the soul of the town with a tangible impact on the lives of our residents. Tony Fan making sure the technology works, and we know how critical that is to the underpinning of everything. Rick Gearhart filming this for us right this second. So many others. Norma Tassi, thank you for what you've done and stepped in and helped us with. For those leaders who report to the council, I want to thank our clerk, Angelis Bermudez-Nieves, and our deputy, Denise Dominguez. You've served through times of transition, many elections, and change in robust public, exercising their rights to information. Thanks to you and your team who step up every day to serve the governing body and the public. Thank you. I have valued and appreciated both the humanity and skills of our legal team. Paul Burr, Gina DeVito, I saw you back there somewhere. You've both been a tremendous source of knowledge and support to me and the council as we navigated both legislation and litigation during this tenure. I want to thank Michael LaPola. I appreciate the skills that you've brought to the service of our town. I want to give a special nod to Joe Hartnett of blessed memory. He knew our town and knew you were a good fit, and he served us well. You've brought your knowledge and skills to running this town over these latter months, and I've appreciated your executive thinking and getting things done for us. Thank you. I want to thank all of my colleagues with whom I've served. Sean not here, but Robin, Bill, Roger, David, and Peter. I've learned from each of you, and we've found ways to move this town forward, sometimes in the face of adversity or during the difficult circumstances we navigated due to COVID or other challenges. I've strived to be a respectful colleague, even when we disagreed. And I thank you for your willingness to support me in this role to help strengthen legislation we worked on together. I have to thank my family, Rick, Sonia, Micah, my mom, my dad's support while he was with me. Everyone supported me. No one had any experience with this. No one knew what we were expecting, and I think we all learned a lot, but I really can't say enough about what my family and everybody's family, as you'll all see, have to permit, and I appreciate that they gave me that time. And we now hand over the discernment about the governing of this town to those who will next sit in these chairs and do their best to serve this town that we all love. I wish all manner of success to the next governing body. I make an offer to be a resource to you as I may be in a position to do so and you call upon me. Where's Renee? Renee, Baskerville. Your commitment to Montclair is unimpeachable. I know you will give your best in every way to this town, fulfilling on your really life's commitment, and I thank you. Susan Shin Andersen and Carmel Loughman, I know you will, I've had the opportunity to work with both of you in some capacity in my tenure. I know you'll both bring thoughtful perspective to the town-wide issues and bring your own experiences and intelligence to the role. To my successor, Rahum Williams, I appreciate your passion for the third ward and that you've been really already hands-on, engaging in issues and just caring a lot to get to know the people and what their pain points are, even as the councilor-elect. So please know that I remain committed. You calling me if I can be of service. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you coming to me if you need anything I can do. And to Erik, Eileen, and Aminah, I don't know where you all are, Aminah someplace. Just pleased to say that we've all had some opportunity to engage over these years, whether by your showing up in this room or in the other kind of nonprofits and work that you undertake. And I just thank really all of you for the commitments you've made to Montclair to this point. Well, Brian, your name was in here and I missed it. I want to thank you too. Thank you, Brian Scantleberry. That's it. Till the next thing I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Price Abrams. Councilor Russo, would you like to go, please?
Yes, Deputy Mayor. I had two farewell addresses in front of me. My wife gave me the one from 20 years ago, 2004, when I left being mayor. And the same things I said then, I could say now. Let me just tell you what the end of that farewell message said. President Kennedy once said, "This is not a time to fix a blame for the past, but to fix a course for the future." Montclair's future is bright, and I'm proud to have contributed to its current success. My work in education, the environment, the arts, race relations, as well as tax reform has truly been rewarding over the last 4 years as your mayor and over a decade on the council. I urge all Montclair residents and our new and continuing government officials to work together to both preserve what makes Montclair special and advance us into the future in a progressive direction. And that was 20 years ago. So the speech I gave, the message I gave about 3 weeks ago, June 11th, I think, was our last meeting. I couldn't give this till 12:15 at night. So there's copies here if you want to see it. It's a 2-page, nice speech. But it was 12:15 at night. I wrote it in, I gave it to the press, I gave it to the clerk. I said, let's see this in the record. It's really very important. But I'm not going to bore you by reading it all. I'm going to tell you right now that in the room here tonight, or today, I see dozens and dozens of people I've known all over these many years I've served. And I have to look back at 40 years past when I ran for Essex County Commissioner, we call it now, it was freeholder. And the person who helped me then has helped me right up to this last election, helped me in every single way, giving me advice, encouragement, inspiration. He's a labor leader who's helped me with financing my campaigns, many campaigns, as you know. And he's helped me as a labor leader, as teachers union leader in the AFT, American Federation of Teachers, not to be confused with the NJA. I want to acknowledge Thomas Giblin, our former assemblyman. Tom is sitting in the front row, and if it wasn't for Tom, I would never have been elected to many different offices, including mayor. And of course, the other person I have to thank for bringing me back after those years as council and mayor and losing the mayor's election in 2004 is our former mayor in town. He's a great town leader going back to 1988 when I first moved here. I moved here in 1988 and helped in Robert Jackson's campaign for mayor, which he didn't quite make, but he became mayor later. Bob Jackson, Robert Jackson, former mayor. And along with Robert is the partner I had when I was on the council the first time in 1992, when he became deputy mayor then. He ran for council-at-large, and we were in the opposite political viewpoint at that point, but we worked together for 12 years, and he's been a great deputy manager of this town, a great Montclair, several generation resident. I have to acknowledge Brian Scantlebury. So Brian. Now, during my years in government and politics, Senator Cody, Richard Cody, was my mentor. He started out when he was 25 years old as assemblyman, and I helped him when I lived in Newark. My wife and I grew up in Newark, by the way. So Dick Cody, Senator Nia Gill helped me when I was mayor get money for this town, for our schools. All these people have helped me. I'm not sure if our new Senator, John McKeon, is here, but I thank John. He's known me and my wife for 30 years. So many public officials. Our new Senator, Brittany Timberlake. I might leave out names, but I cannot tell you how great it has been to be elected and win, because before I got married to Christine, I used to lose elections for county office. Then I got elected councilman by only 50 votes in 1992 in the first ward. Unexpected upset, because Christine worked in District 1-1 where the Bel Air house is, where I lived, where my mother then lived. And Christine got me a 50-vote margin, exactly enough to win the election by 50 votes. So I have to acknowledge her and tell you what we're going to be doing Tuesday nights. Not here anymore. We're going to be at the Claridge Theater with the $5 half-price movies. The last one we just saw, I'm recommending to you, and I used to recommend movies with Senator Cody and I talking back and forth about movies. It was Ezra. You should see Ezra. A very good movie with Robert De Niro, great actor, but Ezra is about an autistic child, and it's a really great movie. Tomorrow night we're going to see Thelma, which is about a woman who got ripped off as a consumer, and you know my job in the state government for years was consumer affairs. And I don't like when anything's done that's fraudulent or dishonest or not fair to people. So my whole political career has been fairness, openness, transparency. That's all I really believe in. I've tried to do that. I've tried to work to help all of you, especially seniors, and especially our young people in schools. You know, when I first moved to Montclair in '88 also, and that's when I met Christine and got married in '89, I told her I was out of politics. I just lost the election for freeholder against a very wealthy man after Tom Giblin had helped me. And so I said to her, I'm not going to run for office anymore. 3 years later, I'm running for council, see? But she stuck with me through 7 or 8 elections now, and I've only lost maybe 1 or 2, so it's a pretty good record. But Christine, I'm going to be with you at the movies every Tuesday night. Now, let me just say this. When I moved here in '88, I asked the mayor then, Mayor Lindholm, to put me on the Board of Education because we appointed the Board of Ed, and he wouldn't do it. Then when Mayor Remsen defeated me in 2004, I said, no, I'd like to continue serving. I'm still pretty young. I got elected at 44. I was into my 50th. Oh, no, I don't want you on. In fact, he said to me, oh, not only you're not going to be appointed, but I'm going to take Renee Baskerville off the Board of Ed because you put her on. I said, what a thing to say. I said, when you take Renee off the Board of Ed, she's going to run for council, and she's going to be mayor someday. So you're making a big, short-sighted mistake, and that's what just happened, okay? But here's the point I'm leading up to. I'm not finished. You see, I asked Mayor Freed when he finally got elected mayor to put me on the Board of Ed, and he had a committee that had reviewed, and they, well, Bob Russo's too outspoken, it'll be a problem. Okay, so I didn't get on the Board of Ed then. There's an election this November. It's for Board of Education. There's a presidential election. After you vote for Biden and Harris, who I still support, you might be able to vote for Bob Russo, if Christine lets me do it. But it's just a possibility. By the end of July, I only need 10 signatures to put myself on the ballot. You might see it again. Let's just get something straight, though. All these new people that had to run, especially Carmel Loughman and Susan Shin Andersen, who I encouraged, both of them. They know it. I encouraged them to run, and I lost to them. But they're great women. The thing is, they had to get almost 400 signatures to get on the ballot. Unfair system. Unfair system discouraging new people like many of you to run. You need almost 400, you need more than 400 signatures for the clerk to verify. But for the Board of Ed, it's only 10. I could get that in 1 hour. The point is that we need to change our government to make it better. It's not just the people. We've got great new people. But we need to make the government have staggered terms for the wards. Think about that. I'm giving you a message of some change that I want to see. But I'm telling you that it's been a great experience for me working with all of you, and that I am going to stick around and come to a meeting now and then and tell you what you're doing wrong. But I'll tell you right now, and everybody knows this, I encouraged Susan Shin Andersen to run a year ago. I encouraged Carmel Loughman to run when the mayor took her off the planning board, which he shouldn't have done. I encouraged Erik to run. I encouraged Siobhan Gaines to run. She did a great job running in the first ward. I encouraged Rahum. I gave him my poem about running when I first met him. I said, here's a poem that'll inspire you to run. And I gave a lot of encouragement to several other candidates, and certainly Aminah was the one who told me she was going to run my campaign if I ran, and then she ran, so she couldn't run my campaign. But I'm glad Aminah ran and won, but I'm glad I didn't win. Here's why. I'm just telling you, I got 4,000 votes almost. I did very well. But I want to be able to spend time on other things. I want to be able to teach at Montclair State, go to the movies with my wife, spend time in Asbury Park and Ocean Grove where I just was. So I do have other things to do, but I'm going to stay involved in government. And I'm telling you right now, the election this November is so important. It's so important. I'm telling you, whoever we actually have to run, but I'm still supporting our president. And I think that this is the dangerous time for our country. It's only 3 or 4 months away. Do not let us have a problem. Do not let us have a difficult situation where our government nationally cuts back even further on CBDG funds, which we've always had cuts on. We need federal money to help us. We need state money. We need to have help from Montclair on school budgets. The schools have always been cheated because people think we're a wealthy community. We need to get more resources for our schools. So whatever I can do to help, you can get my speech online. You'll get the details. Oh, the very end of this, though, I will read to you. It says that we finally passed rent control, and a settlement with landlords and tenants working together. I didn't pass it alone, neither did the mayor, but it was started after many years of proposals by our new mayor, Dr. Renee Baskerville. And she and I fought to get this done. Then I've been fighting for speed reduction and speed limits on county and town roads, transition to electric leaf blowers, working with both Councilwoman Schlager and Councilwoman Price Abrams during that time, and the senior center that I advocated 4 years ago, and that Roger Terry advocated 15 years ago. We're finally going to get that, but you have to make sure the funding is there. Don't let anybody say it's there. It's not there yet, okay? And a new council with a majority of women, including our first directly, remember this, Renee is our first directly elected female mayor. We never had a woman mayor directly elected. One was selected years ago by the council. And I will take some credit for that and for the election of all these women, because I encouraged them all to run and get rid of the men running things, okay? And finally, I do wish them all the best of luck continuing to pursue the goals and preserve the accomplishments which I worked so hard for to achieve over 24 years in service to Montclair. Nobody's going to break that record, by the way. My thanks again to all who supported me through 7 elections and 6 terms on the Great Council for this best town of New Jersey. Thank you. Copies of the full speech are available.
Councilwoman Schlager, would you like to say something?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I just want to briefly say how thankful I am for having served this community for 16 of the past 20 years. I'm thankful to have been a voice in dealing with major issues that have faced our town over the past 2 decades, but I'm even more thankful to have been able to help individual constituents in my ward with issues ranging from fallen trees to neighborhood flooding and dangerous intersections, just to name a small few. But speaking of which, I cannot help but mention that we are finally, as I leave, I'm so grateful to be getting a traffic light in Watchung Plaza. And
That took 50 years, by
yeah,
the way.
it's but long in coming. But I'm pleased to see the progress all over town that I know that I have been involved in many steps forward for this town. There have been so many people who have helped me throughout these years, council colleagues, especially 2 who are no longer here with us. One is Mrs. Sandra Lang, and the other one, Joe Hartnett, who I had the pleasure to serve with as our town manager. The countless township staff that works here every day, tirelessly. I'm very grateful to all of them, many of them who I call upon several times a week. But let me name a few people who I'm most grateful to have been working with over the years. First is Rob Bianco, the former superintendent of Public Works. Never has anyone worked harder for this town, and I hope he's enjoying his long-awaited retirement, and he's also a new grandpa. I want to also thank Police Chief Todd Conforti, Deputy Chief Will Young, and to quote former Mayor Robert Jackson, we have the best police chief and police force in the state of New Jersey, if not the country, he would often say. The gentleman to the left of me, someone who I've looked up to for many, many years, and who I'm thrilled to have had a chance to finally serve with him, and he's just the best, and that's Mr. Roger Terry. And to the gentleman to the right, who's over there now, who I've been honored to sit next to for these past 12 years, my colleague, and even more importantly, my friend, and my part-time therapist, Bill Hurlock. And I have to thank the rest of my council colleagues who I've sat here with, and Mr. Burr, Mr. LaPola, clerk, Ms. Angelise. I have to thank you as well, and of course to my wonderful husband, Ken Schlager, my 2 terrific kids, Hannah and Stephen, who are both proud Mounties. This parting is very bittersweet for me here today, but the very, very sweet part is that I'm leaving this seat to Miss Eileen Birmingham, who I wish the very best, continuing the good work in the second ward. And she knows that she can always call me, email me, or ring my doorbell anytime. But I'm also, the sweetest part of this day today is our new mayor, Dr. Renee Baskerville, who I served with on this council for 8 years. And I know firsthand the good work that she did as a Fourth Ward councilwoman, but I also know that she'll be doing even more important work as our new mayor. And I thank you all. I thank you all for being here, and I'll see you around town. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Schlager. Please know the feeling is very mutual on this end as well, whether I'm sitting there or here. Thank you.
Yes, right.
Mr. Terry, Councilor Terry, would you like to say something?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, and I'm going to be brief also. First of all, take a look around at the great mosaic. Look at the people that we have here, the different diversity, the different colors, the different nationalities that we have. This is what Montclair is all about. And that's what's been, for me, fun serving almost my entire life. I want to first of all say good afternoon to everyone. I want to thank, first of all, the Creator for one more chance at this magnificent gift called life, because it is a gift. Every time you get up and you're able to put your feet on the floor, it is a gift. I want to thank my family, my wife, son, daughter, grandchildren, I have 10 of them, nieces and nephews, sisters, in-laws. My brother-in-laws, Craig and Lonnie, both worked in this community, and my mother-in-law, Mrs. Brandon, who is 96 years old. They were all born and raised in the Township of Montclair. I want to thank my friends and supporters, many of them who live out of the state right now, because it is so expensive to live in these communities around. I want to thank my colleagues. Sean's not here, but Robin, as she mentioned right here, for helping me out for the little time that I've been here. You know, I want to thank Lori, Bill, Bob, and Dave. You guys have been exceptional in helping me out and helping me to get through some of the work that we needed to do. Hasn't been easy at all times, you know, and forgive me if I get a little rough around the corners sometimes, because I know that I do.
You're forgiven.
I also want to thank Paul for your work and also helping me with Title 40 in the law. I want to thank Angelise and Mike Lapola. Like Lapola, you have been a lightning rod, you know, but you have helped many people. You stepped in here like part-time like me, but I believe you've done a great job, and thank you for what you've done. I want to thank the municipal employees who helped Montclair to be such a wonderful place. I realize how hard that they work. I was one of them for 40 years. Only 2 town employees have served in this form of government. That's Paul McLaughlin. Actually, I played football with his son. He's on that first council there on the wall. And myself. I would like to encourage more municipal employees to get involved in their government. Paul was a captain with the Montclair Police Department. I had an opportunity to work in DPW, Shade Tree, and then the police department. I want to thank my ancestors, my mom, my dad, who were born and raised in Montclair. Although they're not physically absent, I will always keep their memory close to my heart. They gave me all the tools necessary to be successful in life. To whom much is given, much is expected. I want to thank today's residents for continuing to keep this majestic town a vibrant, wonderful place to live. I hope you will continue to work in the spirit of togetherness for all inhabitants of the community. Finally, to the new elected officials, please stay focused, stay strong and positive, realizing that this town has been and continues to be one of the premium places to live and work in the country. Jersey politics is a contact sport. You can't be thin-skinned. You have to put on your shoulder pads and your helmet when you come up here sometimes. There's always going to be trials and tribulations. Teamwork is essential in government. It's not about me, it's about us. I will try to be available for all of your assistance, as I have. I think I've called almost everyone over here. And above all, God bless and good luck. Thank you very much, town.
That was well said, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Definitely. I guess I'll back clean up here. July 1st has always had a special meaning for me in my life. I was fortunate enough to be sworn in 2012, 2016, and 2020 on July 1st as First Ward Councilor and sometimes Deputy Mayor as well. In addition, 26 years ago today, I moved into my house on Fairview Place, almost to the hour, and it was hot. I was married on July 1st. My son was baptized on July 1st. Sadly, my grandmother had passed away on July 1st as well. I want to thank my family for sure. My son Ryan, Heather, who's here with me today, my daughter Brittany, and Allison as well. They all had a lot of understanding for me not being around for the last 12 years. I don't care what anyone says. This is not a part-time job. So I want to thank you to my family for the numerous days, nights, weekends, and holidays. We worked several holidays in this position where I was not home as I worked tirelessly for our town. I was very fortunate to have such a loving and supportive family behind me. I also want to thank my parents who instilled public service into my very being. My father was a police officer for 29 and a half years, and my mother was a teacher's aide for almost 45 years as well. I'll say together that my constituents and I accomplished a great deal in the First Ward, and I'm very proud of that record in collaboration with the many people who live in the ward. We were able to pave and curb every single road in the First Ward over the last 12 years. We had major upgrades and renovations in the Bonsall Preserve, Mountainside Park, Yanacall Brook Park, the Upper Montclair Business District. We've done a lot of work there. Crosswalks, cross signs were installed over the last 12 years. We did a lot of work in conjunction with the Board of Ed at the Northeast, Buzz Aldrin, formerly Mount Hebron, and Bradford schools. We brought the Bellevue Avenue branch back to life. It would have been closed. That was the talk 12 years ago. We had all of our ward meetings there over the many, many years as well. We had done a lot of work with the Upper Montclair train station to keep it historic, and I want to thank my friend, and I have a lot of respect for Mr. Giblin for helping me do that over the year. We worked together to keep that historic. We had a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of people that did not want us to keep that historic. We did a lot of work at the Mountainside Montclair Height train stations. We instituted a First Ward Beautification Day in every April for the last 12 years. Townwide, it was an honor to be the longest-serving deputy mayor in town history, and I want to thank my colleagues for that opportunity over the last 4 years. I worked with others to attain a AAA bond rating, which I am proud that we kept these last 4 years, despite all of the other things that were going on. We saved the town millions in debt service over that, which afforded us the opportunities to do the projects that I just listed as well. I also enjoyed serving as deputy mayor on our trips to our sister cities in Barnet, England, which has been around since World War II, and also which we started in our last term in Aquilonia. They were amazing experiences. I hope the new council will continue that tradition. And yes, I paid for my own trips before we go anywhere on that. Last thing I want to hear. I want to thank the numerous interns. I've probably had about 30 of them over the last 12 years that worked with me. They were from Montclair State University, Montclair High School, Rutgers, Seton Hall, Cedar Grove High, and others. And you all were a huge help. I only hope that I contribute to your learning experience, but please continue to keep in touch with me as I welcome the news of your future achievements, as you all have been doing over the last 12 years with me. I met a lot of people in this position. I am now proud to call many of them my friends, people I would have never met if I had not chosen this particular path. Friendships that I hope will last a lifetime. Unfortunately, I met a fair number of bad people along the way, but fortunately for me, at the end of the day, I met many, many more people that I should call friends than not. I want to also just divert the attention a little bit here. I am truly concerned for the way that we are acting and conducting ourselves, whether it's national, state, or local. We can do better. We can do much better. Political, yes, please. That's what we should be clapping for. Political differences, once tolerated as a nation, have now become criminalized. Compromise has become a four-lettered word. In the end, truth has been sacrificed for political expediency and to advance the hateful messages, not of the many, of the few. I'm appalled at the glaring lies that have been propagated these last 3 years here in my town against me, my colleagues, and many others. Again, we can and will do better. To those who come after me, especially my children, I'm truly sorry. It appears you will not experience what we as a society always cherished. In fact, I invite Messrs. Wingren and Mantos, who many of us know because we participated in the CGI, the Center for Government Institute here in Montclair, yes, and their students, to come to a council meeting, teach a course in civics and decorum for the many who attend these meetings. It is completely inappropriate to sit in the crowd and yell and scream uncontrollably at each other and the council. Those of you who've been doing so week after week should be ashamed of yourselves. Again, we can do better. Thank you. As this most likely will be my last public platform to do so, and I mean that, let me be perfectly clear about 2 points that have bothered me for the last 4 years. At no point did I ever improperly, inappropriately, or whatever else you want to call it, take something, health benefits, that I was not entitled to. Quite simply, the town offered us something as employees, much like you'd get at any employee new package. There was little guidance. The state was supposed to come back and give that guidance and did not do so. Furthermore, I never, ever retaliated against anyone in my position, nor would I ever. I want to thank the township employees, officials, administrative personnel for your service to our town. We are truly blessed. I particularly want to single out, and I know he doesn't want me to, Chief Conforti. Yes. And Deputy Chief Young. And all the individuals with the Montclair Police Department. As many of you know, I handle police reform issues all over the country. We are very fortunate here. You have no idea what I see out there, to have the individuals serving in the Montclair Police Department for our wonderful town. And to everyone, I just was able to have breakfast with them the other day. Heather and I came and served breakfast. We had a great day as well. I want to thank the many elected officials who even crossed party lines and worked with me over these last 12 years. We accomplished a great deal together. I have a great deal of respect for you all. I also want to thank Mr. Burr, Mr. Lapola, and particularly Madam Clerk Bermudez Neves for your service. This has not been easy at all. And I thank you all for weathering the storm and working with us to get through so much of this. To Mr. D'Amato, there you are. I wish you luck, sir. Congratulations on your win. Working together, as I just mentioned, that's what Montclair is all about. That's why we all came here. Please, let's get back on track with that. If we're ever going to fix this. Thank you all, and goodbye.
I'd just like to finally say that if you look on the wall, you'll see how it ages you to be on the council 24 years. So I suggest no one try this, okay? Starting with my dark hair there and then with the gray hair at the end.
It's kind of like the pictures of the president over the years, where they keep aging like that. With that, unless my council colleagues have anything further to add, with all due
Let's get the
respect.
new people up here.
Madam Clerk, would you please call up Mayor-elect Baskerville, and we will step down. Thank you all.
Okay.
We're about to witness history. History, or shall say, her story. We're about to have our second, only our second woman mayor ever. Dr. Mayor, Madam Renee E. Baskerville.
And he's talking.
I got it on. Good afternoon. I knew this was going to be emotional, but I didn't know I was going to start before I got sworn in. I'd just like to explain to you that we had the New Jersey State Senator Brittany Timberlake was here to swear me in, and I'm so gracious that she would carve out the time in her schedule. But as things would have it, she also had to go to a swearing in Orange, and so she's not here with us today. But I'm honored to be sworn in today by a former municipal court judge, Judge Tracy Crosby, and she's presently a practicing attorney in the state of New Jersey. I'm also going to be sworn in by my identical twin sister, Leslie, who's a former judge and also a practicing attorney in Washington, D.C. And before we get started with that, I'd just like to very quickly do something that's called a libation, and it's very important to me. Oftentimes in the African American tradition, we call on our ancestors, and so I'd like to call on my ancestors who served in this township of Montclair and who made it possible for me to be here today. I'd like to acknowledge with love my grandmother, Twitty Bird Baskerville. I'd like to acknowledge with love my grandmother and grandfather, Ruth Baskerville and Charles Baskerville Sr. Charles Baskerville Sr. was the first African American to ever have a supervisor position in the wonderful township of Montclair. I lift them in love. I'd like to lift in love my dear parents, Marjorie Baskerville and Charles Baskerville Jr. Charles Baskerville Jr. was one of the charter members for our Civil Rights Council in the township and our Fair Housing Commission. Marjorie Baskerville was on the Park and Recreation Committee, and she was the person that went door to door in the area of the Canterbury Park with her twins, Leslie and Renee Baskerville, and managed to get enough signatures to begin to petition the township for what is now Canterbury Park, the best kept secret in town. I also like to share briefly that I received a message from former Mayor Clifford Lindholm, and he said he was actually the first person to serve as mayor in the township of Montclair when we switched over to the council manager form of government, and his letter said to me that he knows that I will do great things because he's watched the Baskervilles over the seasons and he knows what's in my DNA. So Mayor Lindholm, I thank you for such a kind note. Sharing awareness of and respect for the indigenous Americans, I acknowledge the Native American people, owners of the land where we are here today to be sworn in, the elders past, present, and those emerging. I'd like to acknowledge them. I say to all of our ancestors and friends, and for those of you that know, I'd like to say Ashe. Ashe.
Good afternoon, everyone. And Dr. Baskerville, soon to be Mayor Baskerville, it is a pleasure, it is an honor to swear you in this afternoon.
Thank you. I'd like to please ask my family members to come and join me down at the podium. I'd like to ask my extended family and friends who are here to come and join me at this moment, please. And don't be bashful. If you know that you are here and you're here just for the swelling in, particularly because you came, because we've worked together for so many years. Many of you in here know that we've done that, and you know that everything that we've done in the past years has been together as a team. You know that we've never done anything just me alone. Now is not the time to let me stand here alone. We're all going to get sworn in today. And so I'd like for you to all come on down here and stand with me. This is how we do it. This is how we're always going to do it. That's right. Don't be shy. It's so important to me, and I am so, so grateful to all of you. If you're standing down at the front, please just take your right hand and put it on the shoulder of a person next to you. What hand goes on the
Okay,
Bible?
all right.
The left? Which hand goes on the
your,
Bible?
your right hand is up and your left hand is on the Bible.
Okay.
Okay?
Does everybody have that? Okay. Your right hand, everybody, we're going to lift your right hand up. Please put your right hand on the person standing adjacent to you so that we're all getting sworn in. And it's going to end over here. All right. Yes, we want the children in. My life is all about the children. Come on in. Come on, come on. We do things as a community. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Hi. We're happy to have you. That's what it's all about. It's about the children and the family. That's what we're committing here today to our families and the children in Montclair. We want them to have something better. We want to take the greatness that we have and we want to expand on that. And she's telling me, okay. All right.
Let's swear you in, and then you can give an official speech.
All right.
Okay.
Don't
I'm
give
not
me the
sure
mic.
whether or not
Don't
this
give
is
me the
working.
mic. Okay.
So we're going to do this together. All right. I'm going to ask that Dr. Baskerville raise her right hand, place the other hand on the Bible. Okay, and you are solemnly swearing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Say your name.
I, Dr. Renee Elise Baskerville,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people, we the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all of the duties
perform all of the duties
of the mayor of the Township of Montclair
of the mayor of the Township of Montclair
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You are now.
Congratulations, Madam Mayor. Simmin Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Simmin Tavin, Simmin Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Simmin Tavin, Simmin Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Mazel Tavin, Simmin Tavin. Hey,
Oh, very much. I appreciate it.
hey,
Bless you. Thank you. I gotta go sit down so they can get sworn in. Thank you. I gotta go sit down. Thank you.
Oh my God.
side. First. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. If you have we got to get the rest of them sworn in. Look up the honor. 1, 2, 3. Tell me what they have. They still go they're so excited when this is going on. I love you guys. I love you
Renee, I took mine.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Where are your people? Love you, baby. Love you too. All right. Thank you. You can swing by anytime. You did it. I thought you guys were traveling around the world.
Well, we came in just for this.
Thank you.
Thought we'd
I
go through
appreciate Everybody sworn in over there. For somebody else. Okay, we'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Oh, I get to use the gavel. That's funny. I was waiting for somebody to call the meeting to order. Guess what? No, not yet. Yeah, ask him, is he going to do that now then? Please, the meeting will come to order at this time. Thank you. We're going to continue, and at this moment, please, I'd like to call Councilor-At-Large Susan Shin Andersen to the podium. Assemblywoman Alexon Calasos Gill will be swearing in Susan Shin Andersen.
So good afternoon. Alexon Collasos Gill, I am the new Assemblywoman, and I am extremely honored to be sworn in. It is my first swearing-in ceremony to our new Councilwoman at Large, Susan Shin Andersen. And Montclair continues to make history with Renee Baskerville, Mayor, as the first African American woman, and it's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank
but
you.
also we also have Susan Shin Andersen as the first Asian American woman to be elected in any position in Montclair as a sworn-in ceremony. So I really do want to take this opportunity to just say that Montclair continues to make history, and we are so, so grateful for that. So thank you, all of you, for being here, and now I'll continue to do this. Congratulations. You wanna come here close? Right hand. Thank you. Raise your right hand. You want to come closer? I, your name,
Susan Shin Andersen,
do hereby swear
do hereby swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the government established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people of the Township of Montclair.
under the authority of the people of the Township of Montclair.
Further, I do swear
Further, I do swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the position as a councilwoman
perform all the duties of the position as a councilwoman
of the Township of Montclair
of the Township of Montclair,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Now I'm calling in Colonel Loughman.
Yes, ma'am. Just go down the list. Take your seat. Congratulations. Thank you.
Councilwoman-at-Large Carmel Loughman will now come to the podium and be sworn in.
You want to come closer to her? Just for the picture, okay? I
Carmel Loughman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully
impartially,
and impartially
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of
perform all the duties of
Councilor-At-Large of the Township of Montclair,
Councilor-At-Large of the Township of Montclair,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Help me God.
Congratulations.
The next person to be sworn in will be First Ward Councilman Erik D'Amato.
I state your name.
Erik D'Amato,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United
I will
States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
And further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of
perform all the duties of
First Ward Councilor of the Township of Montclair,
First Ward Councilor of the Township of Montclair,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Swearing in of Eileen Birmingham, Second Ward Councilor. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Woo!
You're going to raise your right hand. I state your name.
Eileen, Birmingham.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of
perform all the duties of
Second Ward Councilor of the
Second
Township
Ward
of Montclair,
Councilor- Second Ward Councilor of the
Township.
Township of Montclair,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Swearing in of Rahum Williams of the Third Ward of Montclair.
Repeat after me. I
I, Rahum Williams,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of
perform all the duties of
Third Ward Councilor of the Township of Montclair
Third Ward Council of the Town of Montclair
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
At this point, we're not ready. At this point in time, it gives me great honor to call to the podium Aminah Toler, 4th
Repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Aminah Toler,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
under
the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of
perform all the duties of
4th Ward Councilor
4th Ward
of the Township of Montclair according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Did you see the draft resolutions? Did you see the draft resolutions? The ones that weren't attached?
With these?
They printed it out. I had asked actually because they weren't attached to the agenda that was supposed to go.
Good afternoon.
Oh, turn on the mic.
I should have known that right after. Again, good afternoon, everyone. There's a tradition in Montclair that the outgoing mayor, hand off the gavel to his or her successor. And we can now say her, by the way, because we do have a female mayor. As you know, Mayor Spiller isn't here today. Is Bob Russo still here, or Mayor Freed? I don't. Oh, come up, Mayor. So since the since this is a little bit of out of order of what we typically done, I thought it'd be appropriate to have more than one mayor to give the gavel to Renee. So I'm really honored. Renee is a lifelong friend of mine. I've served with her on the council. I think she's up to the task. When we look at some of the issues facing our community right now, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that the fabric of our community is a bit frayed, and this is some tumultuous times. But I feel that this group, and particularly Mayor Baskerville, are up to the challenge. They ran for office and saying to us that they were willing to take on the challenge, that they were, to borrow from Shakespeare, that they were willing to take on not suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, but to take them on. And I think that they are indeed up for the task. I wish them the great success. I know that they're going to be successful. And I have a wish for Renee. and for the whole board, particularly for my good friend Renee, taken from Danish philosopher Kierkegaard, who said, and this is I wish for you, Renee, I don't wish you wealth or power, but I wish you an ability to see the passionate sense of what can be, and to have an eye, ever young and ever ardent, to see the possible. And I hope that if you can do that, and I'm sure that you will have great success. Godspeed.
I will.
And here's your gavel.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Okay, it works.
We have some. Sorry.
The next part of our meeting today will be some resolutions. No, actually, we have to do the roll call. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay. Ms. Bermudez, would you be so kind as to do the roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Councilor Andersen?
Here.
Councilor Birmingham?
Here.
Councilor D'Amato?
Here.
Councilor Loughman?
Here.
Councilor Toler?
Here.
Councilor Williams?
Here.
Mayor Baskerville?
Present. At this point in time, I'd like to offer to the entire council, if any of the council members would like to make some brief comments or even not so brief comments. This is one of the times that we will really welcome you to share what's on your heart. So I'm going to begin with our 4th Ward Councilwoman, Aminah Toler.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Thank you, Mayor Baskerville. Thank you, Noah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply honored and humbled by your trust and confidence in electing me to serve as your 4th Ward Councilor. I stand before you with a profound sense of responsibility and gratitude. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you who cast your vote and placed your faith in me. Your support is not something I take lightly, and I promise to work tirelessly to uphold the values and interests of our community. The 4th Ward is a significant place, rich in African American history, known for its legacy of activism and community engagement. It's also an instrumental part of our township, one we can't overlook. I acknowledge and honor those who have paved the way before me and vow to continue their work of advocating for our ward. I must also express my heartfelt appreciation to my campaign team and volunteers. Your dedication and hard work were instrumental in making this journey possible. You believed in our vision, tirelessly spread our message throughout the neighborhoods and beyond. Thank you for your commitment and your passion. To my family and friends, your constant encouragement and sacrifices have been my pillar of strength throughout this journey. Your love and support mean everything to me, and I am deeply, deeply thankful for your unwavering faith in me. I am forever grateful in your belief in me. I also want to acknowledge my opponents in this election. While we may have had our differences, I respect the dedication and commitment you have shown to our community. I look forward to working together for the betterment of our constituents. As I step into this new role, I recognize the challenges that lie ahead. My community involvement has highlighted the necessity for genuine transformation and effective leadership in our area, and I'm confident that I can lead the 4th Ward with integrity, sound decision-making, and a commitment to ensuring all voices are heard. Every resident in the 4th Ward is important, and I am dedicated to amplifying your voices while collaborating harmoniously with my colleagues to enhance Montclair for everyone. In closing, I pledge to serve with integrity, transparency, and a deep sense of duty to you all. Together, let us embark on this journey and build a brighter future for our community. Thank you once again for this incredible opportunity, and I am truly honored to be your 4th Ward Councilor.
3rd Ward Councilor Rahum Williams.
Thank you, first of all, for pronouncing my name like that. It is Rahum. I let people get by with Rahum, so that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't have prepared remarks, but just listening to a couple of folks up here that mentioned something about the ancestors, and that's something that my mother was very keen on impressing upon me, and now she is one of my ancestors now. And I just want to say her name in the microphone so that, all of you may know her. Martha Williams. I wouldn't be here without my lovely wife, who, leveraged what I call the Montclair Mommy Mafia to get out there and, help me get signatures for petitions so that I could even get on the ballot, and the constant encouragement and things of that nature. My 4 daughters who are right there, as you can see in my household, I'm used to working with 5 women, so this is going to be a breeze for me. I also want to acknowledge that tall gentleman that's sitting in the back with the hat right there. That's my Uncle Sam. That's my mother's brother. Funny story, when I was younger, watching commercials say, Uncle Sam wants you, and I always thought about him, but I didn't know that. Anyway. But in any event, in all seriousness, I'm extremely thankful that I have an opportunity to get up here and effectuate real change on behalf of the 3rd Ward residents and the town in general. All these folks up here are genuine people, and I look forward to working with them. And I want to thank the municipal workers here for their dedication that they have done. I know that things have been pretty difficult. Hopefully, with this new group of folks in here, we can kind of calm the rough waters, and hopefully we can get your confidence in us. And please support us, and we're going to be here for you, and I'm going to be listening. So, by all means, hold me accountable. That's what I ran on, and I expect you to hold me accountable. Thank you.
Second Ward Councilor Eileen Birmingham.
Hi, everyone. I'm very honored to be here today on this historic day. And I appreciate the opportunity to just say 2 things. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me along my journey. Of course, I am so fortunate to have my parents who are here today, who have always supported me every step of the way of life. My siblings and their families, including my sisters who drew me to Montclair many years ago, and my husband and my daughter who are my heart and lift me up every day. And to all of the people who have made Montclair a great place to live and who work so hard on behalf of the town. And of course, a very big thank you to all of the people who have supported my campaign and voted for me in the 2nd Ward. I'd also like to acknowledge my opponent, or my fellow candidate, Ilmar Vander, who I think I saw here today, who's really, there he is, whose lifelong dedication to Montclair is really very admirable. So I am very grateful for all of the support I have received, and I will do my best to continue to earn your support every day that I serve. And second, to my fellow council members and our new mayor, I look forward to working with you over the next 4 years. I think we all know and respect what a special place Montclair is, and I'm excited about the work we will do in our time together. So thank you all for being here today.
First Ward Councilor Erik D'Amato.
Thanks so much. Even the smallest political campaigns involve lots of people to thank. And since there's so many such campaigns represented here today, I'm only going to mention one person, which is my wife, Janet. Without her support and example as a actually much bigger wheel than me, I never would have done this, and I will not be able to do it well. So thank you so much, honey. When I sat down to write some words for today, I opened the same Google document that I've been using to draft comments I would make to this council. Over the last couple of years, I developed a really good system for making my point and making it in under 3 minutes. I would use the same oversized fonts on this thing, and I copy-pasted, my name, Erik D'Amato, 25 Norwood Avenue. People have been arguing for millennia over what democracy is, and I don't think there's any better example of it than this. A citizen peacefully going from standing up and lecturing members of a governing body to being a member of the body, and then in just a few minutes being lectured to by other citizens. That's what's going to happen in just a few minutes. At the same time, all this falls into the category of necessary but not sufficient. People deserve more. First and foremost, they deserve government that is honest and accountable. This is especially true when the government is relentless in what it asks of people in money and patience. Unfortunately, here in northern New Jersey, the people too often don't get what they deserve unless you have a very low regard for your fellow citizen. The good news is that right now, New Jersey is going through a revolution in governance, sort of a statewide political version of 1989 or 1776. Now, I would like to see Montclair play its part in that revolution to put people over political bosses, give value for tax dollars, and make sure that those in public office use their power to do something rather than just being somebody. That starts with listening to the people, and so today I'm going to limit myself to the same 3 minutes everybody has, which according to my count, I think I've already used up. Thanks for coming out.
Councilor-At-Large, Shin Andersen.
Can you all hear me? Okay. Thank you, Mayor. I might take more than 3 minutes because I'm not going to assume that I'll be here in 4 years. So, and I have a lot of people to thank. I recently went to my high school reunion, which was a Quaker school that is rooted in the belief that by minding the light within ourselves and each other, we can make the world better and brighter together. Though we have a lot of work to do, we have difficult decisions that we need to make and lots of challenges ahead. This is something that I will remember and continue to be guided by as I work together with my fellow elected council members, supported by the staff, and together with the many caring and talented Montclair residents of all generations and backgrounds that make up this great town of ours. I know that it will not always be pleasant, decisions will not please everyone, and progress sometimes is incremental and seems excruciatingly slow. We have to have difficult conversations and prioritize the many needs. However, I sit before you today as someone who honors the history of our town, truly loves and cares about the future of Montclair, and will always strive to serve all of its people with the hope of doing whatever I can to make Montclair a better place to live. I do want to thank some people. First of all, I want to thank everyone who ran during this campaign. It was interesting to say the least, but I think everyone who ran truly had the best intentions and truly care about Montclair, and I'm very happy to be serving with the 6 other people who are sitting here today. I especially want to congratulate my running mates, now Mayor, I don't even want to say Mayor-elect because you're Mayor now, Mayor Baskerville and Councilor Williams. I am proud to have gone on this journey with you and with two such intelligent, thoughtful individuals who believe in the best of Montclair and with whom I share many ideals of public service. My campaign team. I put out an ask for help soon after I decided to run. I asked an army of people with whom I've served on various nonprofit boards and committees, people I knew through volunteering in the schools, Girl Scout troops, my house of worship, and just friends. Because I knew that running for office, my first time doing this, was something I couldn't and shouldn't undertake alone. I was very lucky to have a group of people who answered this call and volunteered their time and talent to be my sounding board, who pushed and challenged me, encouraged me, and brought me back to reality. Sometimes they shared opinions that I didn't agree with, which was important, yet we all were able to respectfully disagree and move forward. So I want to thank Gina Chung Fort, Colleen Dougherty, Patty Bayshores, Danielle Iwata, Joseph Calabrese, and Karen Thompson for your unwavering belief in me and my vision for how I wanted to run and serve the people of Montclair. There were many others of all kinds of different backgrounds who helped guide me, but this was the core team, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you. To my family and friends, thank you for being my silent support and helping me remember to maintain a balanced life. I appreciate you and love you so much. I'm not going to name everybody's names, but without you, this would be a very lonely and a far less meaningful endeavor. Among them are my parents. My father was hoping to get here today, but because of the weather, he couldn't fly in from Georgia. But I think about how they immigrated to the States in their early 30s with 2 young children, sacrificed so much to try and make a better life for their kids. And they're the ones who first instilled in me the importance of being a helper, using your gifts and talents, whatever they are, to help others and your community. The staff of 205 Claremont, Mr. Lapola, Ms. Bermudez Nieves, Mr. Menges, everybody, Mr. Burr, everybody here, and everyone really who works for the township. I had a chance to interact with a number of people during the campaign, and I will say that I think that there are many talented, dedicated, hardworking, and forward-thinking employees who work for this township. I hope, together with my fellow electeds, to make Montclair not just a great place to live, but a great place to work. And finally, I would be remiss not to speak of my late daughter, Kaya Jung Andersen. Kaya was a lifelong and proud Montclarian. Whenever we came back from being away on holiday or an adventure, she'd often say, "It's nice to come home." And Montclair is home. It's provided many chances for us to learn, grow, connect with others, and serve. It helped make Kaya who she was. My husband Jason and I are grateful to the entire community, to our friends, our fellow residents, and everyone who works, has a business here, teaches here, for what you did to help us raise her to be the special person she was. Kaya, in many ways, took for granted that she had friends here of all races, family compositions, all ethnic and socio-economic backgrounds, had many learning opportunities from the various institutions, parks and outdoor space, and a wonderful education in the public schools. I will do my best to serve over the next 4 years, respecting myself, my fellow Montclairians, and mayor and fellow councilors, to leave Montclair a little bit better, one step at a time. And so I dedicate this service to Kaya and everyone whose lives she touched. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve, and I'm so excited to see what we as a team can do.
Councilor-At-Large Carmel Loughman.
Thank you, Mayor. So can I have more than 2 minutes for public comment?
Help yourself.
Thank you.
This is your moment.
That's kind of an inside joke because the buzzer goes off sometimes when the public are commenting.
No buzzer
Anyway,
today.
I have lots of people to thank. First of all, I do want to thank the outgoing council for their years of service. As you know, council service the last 4 years has been really tough. Many people asked, why would I even want this job? And to be honest, I really didn't want to run. I was enjoying my freedom and the opportunity to travel after the incredible loneliness and isolation of COVID years. What changed my mind, however, was the several encounters I had with Andy Kim in early 2024. I attended a couple of fundraisers for Andy. He was a terrific speaker, so sincere, so humble, a great life story, and an exemplary role model of a public servant. His words about public service in the wake of the Menendez indictment just spoke to my heart. When he questioned if he didn't step up after the Menendez indictment, who would? So I examined my conscience and decided I too would step up after a difficult period in our town. Now I have so many people to thank for putting me on this dais. First and foremost, my family, my son Ivan, his partner Katie, and my sister Deirdre, who are all with me today. Without your love and support, excuse me, my life would just be empty. Sorry. I thank you for being with me on this special day, a special day, I might add, that my father would especially appreciate. I feel the loss of those who could not be here. My two other sisters, my deceased brother, mother, and father. As a child and adolescent in Jersey City, my father inspired my lifelong love of politics. He read 3 newspapers a day, enjoyed political biographies, loved to listen to political speeches at the Plaza Hotel, and would rail about the corruption of past and present Jersey City politicians. I was drawn into his passion. I like to think that he, my mom, and brother are looking down at me proudly today. During our grueling campaign, I had some close friends who encouraged me when I was tired and low, listened to me whining, and pumped me up when I needed pumping. I spoke to one or the other of these every day. One of these friends almost daily to share my joys and trials and many humorous anecdotes. They were there for me when I most needed their friendship. A special thanks to Kathleen Bennett, Carolyn Lack, Susan Mack, Ron Pate, and Noreen Connolly. Thanks to my Montclair Good Government team, to my running mates, Roddy Moore, Ilmar Vanderer, Aminah Toler, Bob Russo. And thanks to Martin Schwartz, who got the team together and provided insight and guidance along the way. To Erik D'Amato, with whom I knocked on many doors in the First Ward. To Anthony Foster, our campaign manager, a young man to watch as he shapes a career in Democratic politics. To Christine Russo, our team treasurer. While our hopes to win as a team did not materialize, I will do my best to implement the good government ideas our team espoused. So you will be heard through me. And in 4 years, I hope you will give it another go, as I believe all of you would be terrific legislators. To all of the other candidates who ran, Chrissy Thomas, Siobhan Gaines, Wendy Tiburcio, Patricia Hurt, and Zena Floyd, I know you will continue to serve Montclair as your passion, ideas, and hard work are needed on our committees and boards. I look forward to working with you, together with you. With my League of Women Voters hat on, I need to make my pitch to Montclair voters. I wish we had more folks engaged in local politics. Of the 25,000 registered voters, only about 29%, or 7,300 of the electorate voted. Voting couldn't be easier these days. Drop boxes, vote by mail, extended voting periods, and convenient polling places that have long hours. There are no credible excuses for not voting. It is at the local level that you can meet your legislators in person, be heard at public meetings, be assured your emails are received and hopefully answered, join up with people of like mind and to promote ideas, and ultimately affect change in your neighborhoods and the community. Please participate in local politics and encourage others to do so. I think I have either attended or watched on YouTube every council meeting over the last 4 years. I know, I need to get a life. I may not agree with every one of your positions, but I applaud the members of the public who came to the mic again and again at so many meetings with their facts, figures, speculation, and vociferous criticism to challenge the council. You know who you are. I don't need to name you. In my view, it is the discourse and debate of politics that makes for better outcomes. Montclair is a more open, knowledgeable, and engaged town because of you all. Now, good people, step forward to govern. I hope that you will give us a honeymoon period before you come to the mic to chide us. Just know that we are committed to try to move Montclair forward. It can't be done overnight, and please give us a chance. Speaking of community, I want to thank those community groups who hosted candidates' nights, the League of Women Voters, the Public Library, the high school, the BID, the Republican Club, churches, individuals who gathered their neighbors together in their homes to meet candidates, and candidates responded in great depth to over 60 questions from the community, and especially the Montclair local. Crafting responses forced each candidate to engage in true introspection so we could solidify our thinking and develop thoughtful positions. With all the information we provided to the public at great effort, I just shake my head when people say they didn't vote because they didn't know anything about the candidates. I heard that many, many times. Just about the Montclair local. We are so lucky as a community to have this digital newspaper reporting on our local government. I commend the diligence of Liz George and her team in writing stories on difficult town issues. I especially love reading the comments section from those mostly anonymous writers. If some of you anonymous writers are here today, why don't you step up and say hello? However, over the last couple of weeks as councilors-elect, we have begun to be privy to the inner workings of our government. It has been eye-opening. I would caution the public, those on social media, and the Montclair local not to listen to rumors and innuendo, and not to be so quick to judge and name villains and heroes. There is often more to the story that, for good reason, is not known or cannot be told. You voted for us, and I hope you will now trust us to do the best for the town. We have a terrific town staff who deserve our respect and appreciation while they toil away serving you without praise or thanksgiving. A primary goal of mine is to address the long-neglected buildings our town staff work in day after day. This building and the police department headquarters must be replaced. Our town employees deserve better than to have to spend their working days in buildings that are moldy, threatening their health, leaky and flooding, functionally obsolete, and crumbly and unsafe. Good money shouldn't be spent on stopgap solutions while avoiding serious investment. Working with my colleagues and the town manager, my intent is to initiate the building of a new municipal complex at the best site at the most reasonable cost to taxpayers. We can and must do this. We should never have allowed our valuable assets to fall into such disrepair. I am a fiscal conservative. With the right plan, it can get done without overburdening Montclair taxpayers. And finally, I am proud to be working with my newly elected colleagues and trust we will be a terrific team getting meaningful work done without personal fuss or bother. We will work hard and thoughtfully and engage in robust analysis and debate and arrive at agreement, disagreement, or compromise without personal rancor. Not all council decisions will please all the people all the time, but hopefully we will please most of the people most of the time. As a lifelong feminist, I am especially pleased and honored to be in the administration of the first woman elected as mayor of Montclair, Dr. Renee Baskerville. I and we will work hard to make her term the best in Montclair history. I will just end by praying that through the grace of God, my council colleagues and I will have the strength and courage to effectively serve Montclair with gladness and singleness of heart, perseverance, and humility over the next 4 years. Thank you.
So I don't know if the entire council knows this or not, but when I first started out on this journey in about maybe December of 2023, and I was putting names on paper about who I would love to serve with. Almost everybody that is here today was part of my dream team, and I am just grateful to be serving with you all. If I showed you that paper, you'd be like, oh, really? But yes, I am very, very grateful and want to thank each and every one of you Montclairians. I'm honored and humbled by your trust and energized and excited by your charge for me to lead Montclair from where it is today to realizing its awesome potential as a model township anchored in diversity, vitality, integrity, security, fiscal stability, and in agape love for one another. I'm thrilled that you, my beloved Montclairians, believe that the love, experience, passion, vision, energy, wisdom, and the other right stuff that I possess will enable me to lead in building on the things that we've gotten right in Montclair, and that I possess the determination and grit to fix the things that are broken alongside my council colleagues. Each one of my council colleagues brings unique and important gifts and talents that enable us to build the community of mutuality. We must become one Montclair. Yes, we can, and yes, we will. We can't achieve what we must in the next 4 years without each and every one of you and more. We want our efforts to be anchored in the advice, the counsel, the participation, and the largest number of Montclairians and allies ever on record. I've had the privilege and honor of serving with 4 of the last 5 mayors here in Montclair, and serving on some committees and commissions with all of the last 5. And I'd like to just take this moment to recognize the 4 that I served with. I served with Mayor Bob Russo. I served with Mayor Jerry Freed. I served with Mayor Robert Jackson. And I served with Mayor Sean Spiller. I am indebted to each and every one of them. Each and every one of them distinguished leaders. Each and every one of them taught me something that I will carry forward into my service. And each one of you should be indebted as well for their service. I thank you, mayors, for everything that you've given me. I stand here on the shoulders of Matthew G. Carter, Village Uncle Matt. Village Uncle Matt was the first black mayor of Montclair, whose campaign manager just happened to be my dad, Charles William Baskerville, Jr., a marketing maven with NW Air. Time precludes me from taking and thanking each and every one of you individually. If I've not already done so, rest assured that I will do so in the days and the months that are ahead. My appreciation is indelibly etched in my heart and soul. I must, however, thank the incredible Montclair executives and the workforce, Montclair's finest of all. Montclair's police officers, our firefighters, Montclair's ambulance units, our teachers and other education and professionals, our management team at 205 and operationalizers, the will of the council, those of you that are here to execute the will of the council. I'm grateful for you all. I thank all of our community associations. I thank our businesses, and I thank all of you for being here today with us. I'd not be here today without Montclair's faith leaders, laity, and the souls who led the folks to the polls, many of whom were seniors. I'll take just a few moments more to share with you the spirit in which I will lead. I will preside over the council in Montclair and our collective work and responsibility. My humble pledge to each and every one of you is to lead Montclair in becoming a community of mutuality. Our mutual respect, shared responsibility and accountability, our common purpose of building a community of mutuality in which every resident has a voice and a vote that will be counted, and the right to safe and secure and streets and be valued, and the full expectation of transparency. I will bring my gifts of virtue, wisdom, diligence, strong, noble character, excellence, capacity beyond measure, valiance, patience, courage, and faith. As I assume my humbling, coveted position of possibilities and responsibilities, deeply embedded to the people of Montclair with a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love, which Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. opined is that which is needed to serve. Importantly, I will make the quality of contributions that will make my service count, in the manner in which dearly departed Senator Winona Loughman. Winona Loughman was a Montclair resident and the first African-American female elected to the New Jersey State Senate. Her words are etched in a memorial that County Executive Joey D. dedicated in her honor, and most importantly, I will walk this phase of my life's walk as I do others. I will do justice, I will love mercy, and I will walk humbly with my Creator. Thank you. At this time, we have a little bit of new business that we're going to take care of. I'd like to ask the attorney, can these resolutions be done all as one, except for the one that has to do with money, or do we need to go each one, or does anybody have any things that you want to take out of that?
Mayor, I would do each one
Okay,
independently.
we're going to do each one, and we'll just start over this side, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about we just go right across? Is that okay with everyone? We're starting with the resolutions. New business resolutions. Resolution?
1 and 2, at least as a group.
No, I was going to go just like, how about we start from that end? You want to do resolution number 1? Oh, they didn't get it. Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, the resolutions. Resolution number 1, R-24-151, is a resolution adopting Robert's Rules of Order. Anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
I second.
Second.
Oh, okay. All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
I think we have to do this. Thank you.
This.
I didn't know you guys didn't have it, sorry.
Go ahead.
Resolution number 2,
Mayor,
R.
you could ask the clerk to take the roll call.
Okay, we can't just do them as
what?
a group?
Sorry, I can't hear.
Clerk, would we prefer to do it as a group? As an
No,
aye or a
it's a-
nay?
I'd
sorry?
prefer to do as an aye or nay, except maybe one in here.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd like
I
to
don't-
hear the ayes and the nays at the
I don't
end
have
of every
any-
resolution.
Okay.
I can't.
All right, if you have to leave, can you please do it quietly? We just have to take care of some business, and hopefully, then we're going to allow the public an opportunity to speak, and we'll be out of here shortly. Okay, the resolution number 1 was moved, and it was seconded.
Do you want me to call the roll?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor Andersen?
Yes.
This is item 1 on the agenda. Counselor Andersen?
Yes, you were talking about the resolution adopting Robert's Rules of Order?
Adopting Robert's Rules of Order.
Yes,
And-
that's what
And
we're
somebody
voting.
moved and seconded?
Yes.
Yes,
So-
ma'am.
Yes, okay, and you're asking if
For
we
your
agree.
vote, please.
Oh, yeah, and I vote yes to adopt.
Thank you. Counselor Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor D'Amato?
Yes.
Counselor Loughman?
Yes.
Counselor
Yes.
Toler?
Yes.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes.
Okay.
Would it be possible, Madam Clerk, if after every vote we can hear the yeas or the nays have it, or if you could recite out how many yeses, how many nos going forward?
Okay.
Thank you.
That's okay with you?
I was going to say, is that a decision of you, or is that a decision here?
It's a decision of the governing body if you want me to
Okay.
announce it, or the presiding officer can announce it. According to Robert's rules,
So
it's
you're
however you
asking,
like.
excuse me, Counselor, you're asking that we do each one and you'd like to count them?
No, what I'm saying is after we take our vote, if the clerk would be so gracious, is to say the yeas or the nays have it.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's hard for people at home to understand if things passed, and if she can just solidify that, that would be great.
Sounds good. Is that okay with you, Madam Clerk?
Yes, I can do that.
Resolution number 2, R-24-152, is a resolution continuing salaries of mayor, council, and management non-union employees as per current salary ordinance.
I second.
Who moved it?
I move.
So Diamato, I'm sorry, I can't hear well. Counselor Diamato, you're the movant on this resolution?
Yes, I will move.
Okay, and Counselor
I
Williams,
second.
you're the second? Thank you for the clarification.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Andersen?
Yes.
Counselor Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor Diamato?
Yes.
Counselor Loughman?
Yes.
Counselor Toler?
Yes.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes.
The resolution passes.
Resolution R-24-153, a resolution to adopt revised council meeting schedule for the year 2024 due to the special primary election scheduled for July 16th.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, can I just clarify? So just for anyone who isn't familiar, this is because of the special election, and according to the attachment, the new date of the meeting originally scheduled for the 16th is now on the 17th.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, like, we don't just call out, we'll go through here, but please call the roll.
Counselor Andersen?
Yes.
Counselor Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor Diamato?
Yes.
Counselor Loughman?
Yes.
Counselor Toler?
Yes.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes.
The resolution passes.
Resolution R-2455 is a resolution appointing council member as Class 3 member to the Planning Board.
I make the motion.
Mhm.
Do we have a second?
Second.
The
Oh,
name
wait,
of the
wait.
council member is, right? Yeah. Resolution R-24-155 is a resolution appointing council member Carmel Loughman as Class 3 member to the Planning Board.
I move.
I second.
Please call the roll. Thank you, Carmel, I got it.
Counselor
I got it.
Andersen?
I know you'll let him.
Yes.
Just jump
Counselor
all
Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor Diamato?
Yes.
Counselor Loughman?
Yes.
Counselor Toler?
Yes.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes.
Motion carries.
A resolution designating a deputy mayor. At this time, we will allow for council members to introduce anyone and the people that they wish to have be considered for deputy mayor position.
I nominate Susan Shin Andersen.
I second.
Please call.
Counselor Andersen?
Yes.
Counselor Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor Diamato?
Very much yes.
Counselor Loughman?
Yes.
Counselor Toler?
Yes.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, that's it for our business today, and at this point in time, please complete the sign-in sheet before addressing the council. If there's anyone present who wishes to address the council on any matter of township interest or importance, we'll be glad to hear from you at this time. The council welcomes public comment at all of our meetings. Because of the constraints of time and the fairness of all members of the public, the council will ask that you please limit your comments to 3 minutes in order to allow everyone to have an opportunity to be heard. If you go over a little bit on the 3-minute thing today, you definitely will not be cut off, and we'd like to hear from you if you'd like to. Otherwise, we'll be back on the 17th? We'll be back on the 17th, and you'll have another opportunity at that time. Anyone wishing, please, to be heard by the council may come forward at this time. Seeing no one? I was trying to get out of here. Also, while people are coming down to the mic to be heard, please note that there are refreshments upstairs on the 2nd floor. For anyone that would like to join us afterwards for some refreshments, you're welcome. Yes. I'm going to acknowledge 4th Ward Councilwoman Aminah Toler.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. You said the refreshments are on the 2nd floor, and I just wanted to acknowledge anyone that's here to join me at the Montclair Diner. You can go ahead. I'll meet you there. Thank you.
Anyone else want to? I'd also like to let everyone know, and you probably know who you are by now, that we are going to move from here to Just Jake's, and anyone that would like to join us will be welcome to go there also. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Congratulations. I'm so excited.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for serving, Council.
Anna, can you please give us your name?
Yes.
Thank
sorry.
you. No.
Sorry. Anna Grossman, 63 Essex Avenue. I just wanted to congratulate all of you. Thank you in advance for your service, for running. Councilor D'Amato, thank you. Councilor Birmingham, thank you. Councilor Loughman, thank you. Mayor Baskerville, congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Shin Andersen, congratulations. Councilor Williams, congratulations. Councilor Toler, congratulations. I am really excited for the next 4 years. I have a whole bunch of things that I would love to see Montclair do. They're all environmental, and no surprise there. So I'll keep it really simple and say that when it comes to environmental questions, I may not know all the answers, but I'd be happy to do as much research as possible and to connect you with anybody who I happen to know in the environmental advocacy and science world, pediatric health especially, should you need to rely on them for data or research. I just wanted to congratulate you. I'll be back on July 17th.
Thank you.
So have a good honeymoon.
Thank you so much.
Mariana Horta. I'm on 80 Gordon Hurst Avenue. And I came here to say thank you. Thank you so much for stepping up, because it's not easy in this town. So that's really what I came here to say. Yet, I also come here to ask you a favor. Please give us a working finance committee by the next meeting and ensure that Padmaja Rao is in it, because she stands up for us. And I trust you to stand up for us too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah Avery, a Montclair resident. I promise not to disappoint. Why doesn't the local print the truth? I made public comments regarding the council and CIO's incompetence that led to the 2023 cyber attack on at least 9 different occasions over the past 8 months. I met with the local reporter on March 13th and shared all the data I had at the time. Months go by before the local focuses on Tony Phan's incompetence, long after I circulated the truth that Sean Spiller used the cyber attack to hide evidence sensitive to the hostile workplace lawsuit? Why doesn't the local print the truth about the illegal election interference committed by Peter Jacobellis, who spread vicious lies about the challenges this community faces? And what about his claim that the candidates he backed have integrity? When did any of those candidates who are sitting on the dais publicly rebuke the statements Jacobellis or Carrie Shavat or Ken Schlager made, demeaning the character and integrity of the opposing candidates? Renee Baskerville stalked Chrissy Thomas while canvassing like Donald Trump stalked Hillary Clinton on the debate stage. Is that the behavior of someone who has integrity? I don't believe in sugarcoating truth because the risks we face are perilous. The behaviors I observe are those of thugs and criminals blocking positive efforts to achieve environmental sustainability, safety, financial security, and affordability. I have proven the Lindabury McCormick hostile workplace investigation commissioned by the council was manipulated by Burr to discredit the internal investigation performed by Bruce Morgan. I have proven Sean Spiller committed multiple acts of fraud, yet the majority of this council has never publicly condemned him. The former council have left this township on the brink of disaster. The town manager fills positions with unqualified individuals and prevents qualified staff members from doing their jobs. Quite frankly, I don't think this council has a chance of overcoming the damage done by Spiller and his cronies, but I hope you will prove me wrong.
Thank you. Bonnie Abrams Fogel, Forest Street, Montclair. Congratulations and welcome to our new mayor, Dr. Renee Baskerville, and the Township Council members. You have arrived here with a range of experience from having sat on this council for years, served on crucial commissions, and participated in town government, to some who may have first come to 205 as candidates seeking elected office. I beseech you to get up to speed, work together, and for the good of the people. Please be transparent and respectful to your constituents. I acknowledge you begin under difficult circumstances. For the first time, a soon-to-be former mayor, or actually now former mayor, is not present to hand the gavel over, although this date was set 4 years ago when Governor Murphy made the exception to swear in a township mayor. This is emblematic of what you are inheriting. Everyone is aware of the recent failings of those who had occupied your seats, not because of lack of communication, but largely because of the hiring of at-will employees who obtained their positions through patronage, cronyism, and nepotism, bringing with them a preset agenda and too often lacking the educational and work requirements set forth in job descriptions posted by HR. They, along with the council, disregarded established procedures, working intentionally in darkness and out of greed. We all know and have known about the workings at 205 well before any of the media trickles out reports. We have spent, wasted, and lost a lot of money. We have had to farm out legal work at the cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars of fees. Poor management has cost us millions. I'll refrain from stating the obvious as to why. It is your responsibility to employ only those who are competent and qualified, who demonstrate honesty and integrity. It is incumbent upon you to address and eradicate corruption. It is your obligation to clean house so we can have the government, the township government we deserve and we are entitled to. I thank you, and you have my support. Thank you. Next.
How are you?
Jason Gleason, Montclair Center bid. I wasn't planning on saying anything today, but I figured I'd come up and I would say something nice. Dr. Baskerville, Mayor, I remember sitting on the board of directors of the Montclair Center bid with you, and I'm very proud today. I'm proud to see you sworn in as mayor, and I want to wish you the best of luck. I've gotten the pleasure of spending a lot of time with all of you guys when you were candidates, and now seeing you all here sitting on the dais. If I could come up with one word, I think that sort of describes all of you together as a body, I would say it's thoughtful. And I hope that's the case. I really do hope that's the case. Everybody's kind of said, oh, there's all this troubled water and whatnot, but I do believe that you guys have the spirit to navigate it all. I really do. I am really encouraged by this council. I believe in you guys. I really do. And I believe that you're up to the task. I do. Mayor, I think you will lead this body into great uncharted territory, the good kind, right? And I wanted to come up here and wish you guys a blessing. All right?
Thank you.
So thank you very, very much in advance for your service for the next 4 years, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, thank you very much. I'm Leslie Baskerville, 371 Orange Road. I congratulate and thank you all for your service, what you've done, and what you will do. I think Montclair's future is in good hands. Thank you so very much. The mic is not recording. Can you hear me now? Okay. I want to make just a quick comment about a slanderous statement that was made about Mayor Baskerville, because I know she won't and she should not, and I'm not going to get into the weeds. But I pray for Renee and I pray for each and everyone who serves this town, because there is evil. There's evilness in a town that has a reputation for being diverse and inclusive and accepting, a town that struggles to become a township of mutuality, a town in which Renee stood up before you today and she pledged, she made a covenant, a public covenant with every resident of this township and its visitors to lead the township in building a Montclair of mutuality, a township of integrity, a township where everyone has a right to a safe community, where everyone has a voice and a vote, where everyone is secure and valued, and the full expectation of honesty and transparency. And I know she'll do that. I've known her all of her life. Renee, if anybody is up to the task, and if we'll turn the cheek and pray and meditate and figure out how do we take it when someone who doesn't know you, someone who was not in the space that you're reporting about, I was there, comes before the public and makes slanderous statements. She prays. She's a deep, thoughtful person, and she loves everyone in this township. She pledged to you that she's not going to go down.
Thank you.
She's got a Michelle Obama-esque theory. When they go low, I go high. Now, she goes low because she's a praying woman, and sometimes she's on her knees, but she's going to take the township higher. She's not going to sink to the lowest denomination.
Yes, thank you.
And
amen.
And she said, these are the attributes that I'm bringing to the people. She said, I'm going to bring my gifts of virtue, wisdom, diligence, strong, noble character, excellence, capacity beyond measure, valiance, patience, faith, and courage. She said, most importantly, I will walk this phase of my life's walk as I do others. I will do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with my Creator. That's what you will get from Renee.
Thank you, darling.
I love you, I pray for you, and thank each and every one of you.
Thank you.
I'll be here to support all of you.
Yes, you will. Love you, darling.
Hello, Wendy Tiburcio, Gates Avenue. I just wanted to say to all of you, thank you so much for stepping up to serve. I had the opportunity and the pleasure to get to know all of you during the campaign and during my run for third ward councilor. And I sit here so proud of all of you and so proud to witness history in so many ways, especially for women today. And I have confidence, the utmost confidence, that all of you together will move Montclair forward in the right direction in the best interest of all of us, its residents. Rahum, as you mentioned, we did not run against each other. We ran for the position, and I'm so happy to call you my third ward councilor. I look forward to seeing all of what you will do and to working with all of you as well as a resident, and for me to keep on contributing to the Montclair community. And again, thank you so much. And muchas gracias de parte de todos los residentes de Montclair. Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Hello, my name is Marie Cottrell. I'm a resident of Montclair and the Executive Director of Out Montclair. I would like to address the bias incident of the bomb threat yesterday, which occurred at the Montclair Public Library. I'd like to thank the Montclair Police Department for their swift response and ongoing investigation of this bias incident. Out Montclair remains steadfast in our support for our beloved library, for Drag Story Hour, for drag artists, and all who create events to elevate and celebrate the LGBTQIA people, youth, and families. Our community and our allies are united against the fringe few who are increasingly desperate against the values Montclair is known for of diversity and acceptance that keeps all of us safe and contributes to the overwhelming success of this town. Drag, like the community, is here to stay. Hate is in our community, but has no place on this dais. The LGBT community is looking to each of you to stand up for and with them, to protect them, and to act against hate speech and behaviour. Thank you, congratulations, and we look forward to the next 4 years.
I stand with you, yes.
Milt Horowitz, 17 Madison Avenue. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
I believe that change starts from the bottom, from the roots, and the people who voted for you. So you have to take that all into account. There's a culture that has been persistent in this town for a long time that needs to be changed. The environment is critical. The trees are important, and all the vegetation. And it's time to get the town buildings solar power instead of to help the electric grid. Just a quote that I'd like to make is, change occurs. Who makes the change? If not us, then who? If not now, when?
When. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Scott.
William Scott, 23 Cedar Avenue, a resident of Montclair for 74 years, currently a member of the Montclair Housing Commission, also a member of the Montclair Rent Control Board, also a member of the Montclair Parks and Recreation Committee. And the reason why I stayed involved is because of Mayor Baskerville. Tapped me on the shoulder and said, you really need to get involved. And we started with Canterbury in the Schwayne Park 15 plus years ago. I forget years because we've been working so hard together. But we've worked together when you were the liaison to the Housing Commission for 12 years. We increased affordable housing in the Township of Montclair. We increased affordable housing programs in the Township of Montclair. We increased making our parks better in the Township of Montclair. I'm only one individual, but I must say, having someone that gives you the initiative and shows credibility and honesty, you always want to work with that individual. So I hope that this entire new council will work together. Montclair is an incredible place to be. I've got 3 generations in Montclair still. I don't want to leave after 74 years. I want my children and my grandchildren to enjoy this community, as I have. So, God bless you guys. Good luck. You know where to find me. You all have my telephone number. I can't speak for those different committees and commissions, but please come and visit us. We've got a lot to say. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Scott.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Aminah Hines. I have been a resident of Montclair for 29 years. My youngest daughter went off to college in 2021, and I call myself being a helicopter mom. Dr. Baskerville mentored my daughter. She's on Howard University for nursing. And I owe my life to you because you helped me, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So I called myself being a helicopter mom, and I went off. Dr. Baskerville said, don't do it, but I did it anyway. Make a long story short, I went off to Maryland. I worked for Johns Hopkins as a pathology coordinator, and I was miserable for 8 months. And I drove. I didn't care about breaking my lease. I just needed to come back to what I call home. And all I knew was Montclair. My oldest daughter will be 34 years old. She went to Montclair all the way from kindergarten to high school, and she graduated. And now my youngest, she'll be 22 this year, and she's at 3rd year in college for nursing, thanks to our new elected mayor.
Thank you. Yep.
So when I came back to Montclair, I didn't stop. I didn't even stop for gas. I didn't stop to go to the bathroom. All I had tunnel vision, and all I thought about was home, which is Montclair. To my demise, I come back to Montclair. Everything is not the same. It's not my home anymore. I don't know this place anymore. I don't know what to do. And I was discouraged.
Don't be discouraged.
I had nowhere to live. Still don't have anywhere to live. But to grace of God, I'm still here.
You're still here.
And once I realized and I found out that Dr. Baskerville was running, I said, I'm not going anywhere, because I was determined to make sure that she was a new elected mayor. And now that she's here, I'm not going anywhere either.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So congratulations to all of you guys. You have an awesome team, and I look forward in any capacity, free of charge. You have my personal number. You know what to do. I'll be there.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy your shirt.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bob.
I signed up first, but I wanted to hear everybody. My wife told me, Mayor, that I forgot a couple of things. She said I forgot to say thank you for our Assemblywoman Alexan Colatzos Gill. And I also forgot to mention that Eileen and I have been talking for a year about her running. So I wanted to make it clear again, I encourage so many of you to run, and I'm not unhappy that I'm not there with you. I'm going to have Tuesday nights free, but I do want you to remember a couple of things. Aminah, your father just reminded me that I owe him 3 books. One was The Fire Next Time, which James Baldwin wrote, but I do have an obligation to your father. But I know all of you well now. I really love you all. I think you're going to be great. You did pick the right person for deputy mayor, and you picked Carmel to go back to the planning board where she should never have left. But I do want you to remember that pre-K needs to be preserved, and that rent control, which Renee started. Renee, Councilwoman, and Mayor Baskerville started that with me and others years ago. I don't like when somebody takes credit for everything. You can't do it alone. It has to be a team. But Dr. Baskerville did that. There's also the leaf blowers that we fought over. We finally got some control. We have the need for preserving trees in the environment. We want to get good fields for the baseball and for the students and the young people. We also have to have preservation of neighborhood quiet and peace and safety and people feeling comfortable in their neighborhood and safe fields. And the last thing I wanted to mention is I do think it's important to look ahead and maybe research if the government could be changed in some ways, where I think the mayor needs to have more power than the manager. And I think that the manager, just as a position, has too much power, because there's no control over the manager. You, as a council member, should be able to approve some of the appointments at least. And this happened years ago in Oakland when Jerry Brown was mayor, Governor Jerry Brown of California. He was mayor there and I was mayor here. We talked about it. Jerry got the residents to change the government in Oakland, which had a more powerful manager, which overstepped the mayor who had been elected by the people of Oakland. So just look at that again, because I think the mayor here has to have enough power to respond to residents, and you as council members should have a bigger role in appointments and in budgets and in spending money. Now remember one thing, there really is only $25,000 in this last December month's budget for the senior center. So I really want to see the Jimmy Eason Senior Center succeed, and I want you to keep that money in there, make sure that it's spent for the next year so we do get that senior center finally. Thank you so much, and congratulations to Renee, who started with me 24 years ago.
Thank you, Bob.
Renee.
I appreciate you. Okay. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, a moment,
We have
Madam
more. I'm
Mayor,
sorry.
if you don't mind, I apologize.
No, I don't mind.
I would be
I'll
remiss-
recognize Councilwoman Aminah Toler.
Thank you, Mayor. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the young ladies that were here today. The Black Girls Who Rock Youth Empowerment students were here today, not only to support me, but to support you. They had to leave, so I just wanted to make an acknowledgement for those young ladies that actually, they were sitting on the floor there lined up. And I thought it was very important for 20 young ladies to see what skin color matters and how they can achieve to be someone. So I just wanted to acknowledge them and let you know that they were here, they had to leave, and little brown girls can grow up to be mayors.
That's
I
right.
wanted to acknowledge them. Thank you.
Anyone else on the council have anything that you'd like to say before I adjourn the meeting? No? How about from the clerk's office? Do you have anything?
No report today, Mayor.
Interim manager? Just congratulations. Thank you. And from our township attorney?
First and foremost, congratulations to the new council. Look forward to working with you guys. And to the departing council, thank you for the opportunity. Wish you guys the best of luck. And also congratulations on your retirement from the council.
Thank you so very much. Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second? Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
No, I'm never going to use that. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed?
No.
Meeting adjourned.
Yay.
See you on the 17th or in the after party. Don't forget to go to the after parties.